Hi everyone, this is Alex, and you are listening to the Natural English podcast. I am here with Sarah today. Before we start, how are you doing? And how is the weather where you are right now? In many countries, it is really cold in winter. The days are short. The sky is gray. Sometimes it is snowing, or raining, or just windy and dark. In this kind of weather, I think many people feel different. Some people feel sleepy. Some people feel lazy. Some people feel excited when they see snow outside the window. Sarah, how about you?
Hey everyone. Hi Alex. So this week where I am, it has been very cold. Like, really, really cold. Almost every day there is a strong wind. And yesterday, we even had a little snow. Not a lot, just a thin layer on the cars and on the grass. When it is like this, I feel a bit lazy. I just want to stay inside, drink something hot, and read or watch a show. But when I see the snow, I also feel a little happy. It looks quiet and beautiful.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Cold wind on your face, and you just want to go back inside. Okay, so today I have a little listening challenge for you. While you listen to this episode, try to catch two things. Number one new word that means very, very cold. Something stronger than just cold. Number two, listen for Sarah's simple plan for the weekend because of this cold weather. So during our conversation, listen carefully. At the end, you can check if you remember these two things.
Nice. So, one strong word for very cold. And my weekend plan. Everyone, you can even pause later and say your answers out loud. That can really help your speaking.
Exactly. So, in this episode, we are going to talk about winter weather, how to describe it in simple, natural English, how this weather makes you feel, and what you plan to do this week or this weekend when it is so cold. This is the kind of small talk you hear all the time in English. At work, at school, with neighbors, even with a stranger at a bus stop. So, Sarah, how cold is it today where you are?
Today, it is around -2 degrees in the morning, so below zero, and the wind makes it feel even colder. When I go outside, my hands hurt after just a few minutes. I walk faster, and I keep my head down. I think I do not really like that part. But when I am inside, and I look out the window, and I see the cold weather and maybe a little snow, then I kind of enjoy it. It feels quiet, cozy. I like to sit with a blanket and a hot drink.
Yeah, that cozy feeling is great. So, do you actually enjoy winter or do you hate it?
I think I am in the middle. I do not hate winter because I like the cozy evenings. And sometimes I like walking when there is fresh snow. But I also do not love winter because the days are so short and it is dark when I finish work. That part makes me a little tired and a bit low in energy.
I understand. Short days can feel heavy. For me, winter is okay when I do not have to travel too much. If I can stay home, cook some warm food and relax, then it is nice. But if I have to wait for a bus in the wind, then I think, no, this is not fun at all. By the way, you used a good word there. You said cozy. Cozy means warm, comfortable, and relaxed. For example, sitting on a sofa with a blanket and hot tea, that feels cozy. Okay, we have talked a little about how cold it is and how we feel about this season. But to really talk about winter, we need some useful words. Sarah, can you share some useful words and phrases to talk about this cold winter weather, but in natural English?
Sure, I would love to. I have some great simple expressions ready. Let's go into them in the next part.
So, we said this episode is about winter weather and plans. But before we talk about plans, we need good words, right? If you only say, it is cold, the conversation dies very fast.
Yeah, exactly. If you have a few more really natural words, small talk is much easier. People answer more. They share more.
So today in this part, we focus on words for cold weather. But not 10 new things, not 20. Just a few really useful ones.
Yes, I want to keep it simple. So, 3 key words or phrases, all about winter, all for B1 level, and we will put them in easy sentences.
Okay, so I will listen like a student and ask the questions my brain has. What is the first winter word you want to teach?
The first one is freezing. Freezing. So, freezing means very, very cold. It is stronger than just cold. You can say, it is freezing, or I am freezing, when you really feel it in your body.
Minimum, okay? Freezing. Freezing. So, stronger than cold. Can you give one small, normal life example?
Sure. Imagine you are waiting for the bus in the morning. You do not have gloves. Your hands hurt. You can say, I am freezing at the bus stop. Or, when you open the door, you feel the air and say, wow, it is freezing outside today.
Right. And just to check, is freezing only for the weather, or can I say, the room is freezing?
Good question. You can use it for the room too. For example, at work, in the office, the air conditioner is too strong and you say, this office is freezing. Or at home, if the heating is off, you can say, my bedroom is freezing tonight.
Yeah, that sounds like my apartment in winter. My living room is sometimes freezing in the morning.
Really? Do you wear a big sweater when you make your coffee?
Yes. Big sweater, thick socks, everything. Okay, so that was word 1, freezing. What is the second winter word?
The second one is icy. Icy. So, icy means there is ice on a surface. On the road, on the sidewalk, maybe on the steps in front of your house. When it is icy, it is hard, and it is easy to slip and fall.
Icy. So, it is not just cold. It is like dangerous cold on the ground?
Exactly. For example, you can say, be careful, the roads are icy. Or, the path to the station is really icy this morning. It is like a little warning. You tell people, hey, you can slip, so walk slowly.
Yesterday, it was icy on the street near my house. I almost fell when I walked to the shop.
Oh no. Did you catch yourself? Like, did you stay standing?
Yes, but it was close. So just to repeat for our listeners, icy is more for the road, the ground, the steps, not really for the air, right?
Yeah, that is right. We usually use icy for things you walk or drive on. So you can say, the roads are icy, or the sidewalk is icy, or the stairs are icy, be careful. We do not usually say, the weather is icy. We say, the weather is freezing, or it is icy on the roads.
Got it. Freezing for the feeling of very cold. Icy for the ground with ice. Nice. What is winter word number 3?
The third one is a little phrase. It is below zero. Below zero. This means the temperature is less than 0 degrees. -1, -5, -10. All of that is below zero.
Below zero. Below zero. So if the weather app says -3, I can just say, it is below zero today.
Yes, exactly. Very natural. For example, it is below zero this morning, so wear a hat. Or after work, you go outside and say, wow, it is still below zero tonight. It sounds simple, but people use it a lot in winter.
Okay, I like that. It is short. It is easy. Now, can we do our little robot versus natural game with this?
Oh yes, I love this part.
All right, so I will be the robot English student now. I will say something very textbook, very stiff, and then you fix me. Ready?
Okay, I am ready. Robot mode on.
Here we go. The temperature is -3 degrees Celsius. I dislike this climate very much.
That is correct. But yeah, it sounds like a weather report. Or maybe a science lesson, not like a normal chat with your friend.
So how can we say it in a more natural way when we talk to a friend or a coworker?
We can make it shorter, and we can add a feeling. For example, you can say, it is like -3 today. I really do not like this kind of weather. Or a bit stronger, it is so cold today. I hate this weather. Those sound more human.
Right. So, not, I dislike this climate very much, but maybe, I really do not like this weather, or I hate this weather. We use simple words, but strong feeling.
Exactly. And you can mix in our new phrase. For example, it is below 0 today. I hate this weather. Or, it is freezing again. I really do not like this kind of weather. That sounds just like normal small talk at the office.
Nice. So in this chapter, we had 3 big winter things: freezing, icy, and it is below 0. If you can use those, your winter small talk is already much better.
Yes, and you can really show your feeling with them too. You can complain, or you can just describe it.
Yeah, and that is where we are going next. Because when it is freezing or icy like this, we do not only talk about the weather, we also talk about how it makes us feel tired, happy, stressed, maybe lazy.
Right. And I have one, a little bit embarrassing winter story about that.
Oh, really? Okay, so in the next part, can we talk about our feelings and our typical habits in winter and that funny or embarrassing story?
Yes, absolutely. Let us do it in the next chapter.
So, when it is freezing like this, how do you feel, Sarah? I mean, really, do you feel lazy or excited or maybe a bit moody?
It depends. When it is very dark and cold, I feel a bit tired. And sometimes I feel a little sad or moody. I do not want to do anything. I just want to stay in my warm bed.
Right, that makes sense. Dark and cold can feel heavy. So how about snow? When it is snowing, how do you feel then?
When it is snowing, I usually feel happy. On a sunny winter day with snow, I feel more energetic. I want to go outside, take pictures, enjoy the white streets. But if it is just cold and wet, then I feel lazy and I do not want to go out.
Yeah, cold and wet is the worst. So, for the listeners, listen to this pattern from Sarah. She said, "When it is snowing, I usually feel happy." You can copy that. You can say, "when it is," and then the weather, and then "I feel," and you're feeling.
Exactly. For example, when it is windy and cold, I feel stressed. Or, when it is sunny but cold, I feel okay. It is a simple pattern, but very useful. When it is, I feel.
Nice. Now I want to ask about your habits, your winter life. So, in winter evenings, what do you usually do? Do your habits change when it is really cold?
Oh, they change a lot. In winter, I usually go home earlier. I often drink hot chocolate in the evening. I sometimes light a candle and read a book. I also often go to bed earlier when it is very cold. I want to feel cozy, to feel comfortable and warm.
Cozy. That is a nice word. So, for everyone listening, cozy means you feel warm, safe, and relaxed. For example, you can say, "I feel cozy in my blanket," or "This cafe is very cozy."
Yes, I love that word. And here is one more useful speaking pattern. You can say, "In winter, I usually." For example, "In winter, I usually watch TV in the evening." Or, "In winter, I usually cook soup." It is very simple and it sounds natural.
Good. And maybe one more pattern connected to feelings. Something like, "When it is cold, I do not feel like." Can you show that?
Sure. Listen to this. When it is cold, I do not feel like going out. It means I do not want to go out. Another example. When it is freezing, I do not feel like meeting friends after work. So, I do not feel like plus an ing verb. It is a friendly way to say you do not want to do something.
That is really useful. I say that a lot in winter. I do not feel like leaving my warm bed in the morning.
Same here. In winter mornings, I usually think, no, I do not feel like getting up. My bed feels too cozy.
Okay, now I want a story. A little fail story. Did you ever have an awkward or funny winter moment? Maybe you were not dressed for the cold? Or you said something strange in English about the weather?
Yes, I have a language story. It was some years ago. It was a very cold day, and I was in a small English class. I came into the room and I wanted to say, I am very cold today. But I made a mistake. I forgot the word and I said, I am very cool today.
Oh no, you said. I am very cool today.
Yes, and everyone started to laugh. The teacher laughed, the students laughed, and I was confused. I thought, why are they laughing? I feel terrible. I cannot feel my fingers. I am shaking. Then the teacher said, you are cold, not cool. And I felt my face go red. I was so embarrassed, but I also laughed.
That is so good. So you walked in, you were freezing, you could not feel your fingers, and you said, I am very cool today, and everybody laughed.
Exactly. And now I always remember. I say, I am cold, not I am cool when I talk about the weather. Cool is more like stylish or confident. For example, that jacket is cool. But for weather and your body, you say, I am cold, or it is cold.
Nice little lesson from real life there. And there are some good phrases in your story. One of them is, I could not feel my fingers. Listeners, you can use that when it is very, very cold. You can say, it was so cold, I could not feel my fingers.
Yes, that one is strong, but very natural. Another good one we said is, I did not want to leave my warm bed, or I do not feel like leaving my warm bed. You can use that on a cold winter morning very easily.
So now, in this episode, we can describe the winter weather, and we can also talk about our feelings and habits in the cold. We can say how winter makes us feel and what we usually do on those dark evenings.
Yes, and the next step is to talk about actions and plans. Because when it is this cold, we also change our plans, right? Maybe we cancel something, or we stay home instead of going out.
Exactly. So, Sarah, what about your plans for this week or this weekend? Are you changing anything because of the weather?
I am, actually. I have some simple winter plans. I think I will stay home with a movie and a hot drink, maybe some hot chocolate. I can share more in the next part.
So, now, in this part, we want to talk about simple winter plans, and also how cold weather can change our plans. Not big grammar talk, just real small sentences you can use.
Yeah, and you can listen and also try to speak with us. Maybe repeat. Maybe think of your own plan in your head.
Okay, Sarah, first question. What are you going to do this weekend? This cold weekend?
This weekend, I am going to stay home. I am going to stay home. I am going to make some hot soup. And I am going to watch a movie on the sofa.
Nice. So you use that pattern, I am going to. Listeners, listen to it once more. Sarah, can you say one sentence slowly?
I am going to stay home.
Good. So, friends listening, your turn. Use this frame. This weekend, I am going to... Then add your idea. I will say it with a pause. You can repeat or finish it yourself. Ready? This weekend, I am going to...
Short pause. And now you add your plan. Maybe, I am going to sleep a lot. Or, I am going to play games. Or something different.
I will give my example too. So, listen. This weekend, I am going to cook a big hot dinner.
Medium. Nice. So we have two versions. I am going to stay home. And I am going to cook a big hot dinner.
Now, another very useful way to talk about plans is the present continuous. The I am meeting, I am seeing, I am having. Sarah, do you have any plan like that for this cold week?
Yes. On Saturday afternoon, I am meeting a friend at a small cafe. We are drinking hot chocolate and just talking.
Nice. So listen to that pattern, I am meeting a friend. This is a near future plan, not now, but a plan. Can you say it again slowly for our listeners?
Sure. I am meeting a friend at a cafe.
Okay, friends, your turn with this frame. I am meeting plus a person or people. I will say it with a space. You complete it. I am meeting.
Small pause. Maybe you said, I am meeting my family. Or, I am meeting my classmates. That is great practice.
Now, let us link it clearly to the cold weather. Another frame is, because it is cold, I do not want to something. Sarah, can you give us one natural example?
Yeah, because it is cold, I do not want to go outside at night.
Great. So listen. Because it is cold, I do not want to go outside at night. This has a cause and a result. The cause is because it is cold. The result is I do not want to go outside at night.
You can use this with many ideas. For example, because it is cold, I do not want to get up early. Or, because it is cold, I do not want to do sports outside.
Okay, friends, let us try it together. I will say the frame, then pause. You finish it. Because it is cold, I do not want to...
Pause. Think of one small thing. Maybe you do not want to wash the car, or you do not want to go shopping. Just choose one.
Now, another useful word is might. M-I-G-H-T, might means maybe yes, maybe no, not sure. For example, I might go ice skating if the weather is good.
Yeah. So in that sentence, the plan is not 100%. It is just possible. I might go ice skating if the weather is good.
Let us give the listeners a frame with might. If it snows, I might, and then something. Sarah, can you make one?
If it snows, I might take some pictures in the park.
Nice. Listen again. If it snows, I might take some pictures in the park. So, friends, your turn. I will say the first part. You finish the sentence. If it snows, I might...
Short pause. Maybe you said, I might make a snowman, or I might stay in bed. Both are okay.
Now, winter is not only about making plans. Sometimes we change our plans, or we cancel them. Cancel means we stop the plan. We do not do it. For example, I canceled my trip because the roads were icy.
Yeah. And another word is decided. Decided is the past of decide. It means I made a choice. For example, it was very cold, so I decided to stay home.
Okay, I want to try a long, kind of formal sentence, and you tell me if it sounds natural. I will not participate in the event because of the low temperature.
And in that wrong. But in normal talking, I would say something shorter. Maybe it is too cold, so I am not going to go. Or it is freezing, so I decided to stay home.
So that is important for listeners. In small talk, short, direct sentences feel more natural. It is freezing, so I decided to stay home. Very simple, very clear.
Yeah, you can also say, we changed our plan. For example, it started snowing a lot, so we changed our plan and stayed in the city.
Let us give the listeners a practice frame with that. So, friends, repeat after me. We changed our plan because...
Pause. Now add your reason. Maybe because it was snowing, or because the roads were icy.
Okay, Sarah, another quick question. Do you prefer staying home in winter or going out?
In winter, I prefer staying home. I like to drink tea and read. I do not want to travel far because the roads can be icy.
That last sentence is very useful. Listen, I do not want to travel far because the roads can be icy. The pattern is, I do not want to because something.
You can put many ideas there. For example, I do not want to walk because it is windy. Or, I do not want to drive because it is snowing.
Last quick question for you, Sarah. Do you plan any winter trips at all?
Maybe a small one. I am planning to go to a hot spring next month. When it is really cold, I like to sit in hot water and relax.
Nice. That pattern is also good. I am planning to plus your activity. So, friends, one more time, let us practice 2 frames together. First, this weekend, I am going to...
Pause. Say your own plan there. Then, second frame, because it is cold, I do not want to...
Pause. Great. So now, we have talked about winter words, feelings, and also your simple plans and changes. In the next part, we will help you review the key phrases and think about your own answers in a clear way.
Yeah, so stay with us. Next, we will help you remember that strong word for very cold and my weekend plan and help you make your own winter sentences.
Okay, so let us slow down a little now and just review together.
Yeah, nice and easy at the end.
First, our listening check. Do you remember the strong word for very cold that I used and Sarah used? It means really, really cold. Did you catch it?
The word was freezing. Freezing. For example, it is freezing outside tonight.
Freezing, yeah, such a useful word in winter.
My simple plan for the weekend, because of the cold. Do you remember that?
Right, yeah. What was it, Sarah? Can you say it again in one clear sentence?
Sir, because it is so cold, I am going to stay home and watch a movie with a hot drink.
Nice and simple. So now, let us quickly review the 3 main skills from this episode.
Okay, 3 skills. I like that. It is clear.
Skill number 1, describing cold or winter weather. Words like freezing, icy, chilly, snowy. Sarah, can you give one short sentence for this first skill?
Sure. Today it is freezing and windy, so the streets are a little icy.
Great. And by the way, icy just means covered with ice or very slippery from ice. For example, the road is icy, so be careful. All right, skill number 2.
Skill 2 is talking about feelings and habits in winter. Things like, I feel tired, or in winter, I usually stay inside more.
Yeah. Can you give one short example sentence for that second skill?
In winter, I usually feel sleepy, so I go to bed earlier.
Nice. And the third skill is talking about simple plans and changes because of the weather. Using things like, I am going to stay home, or it is too cold, so I am not going to go.
Right. One example, because it is freezing tonight, I am not going to walk, I am going to take the bus.
Perfect. So, describing the weather, talking about your feelings and habits, and talking about your simple plans. Those are our 3 big things today.
Now, let us make it personal for you.
Yeah, I want to talk directly to you now. If you can pause the podcast and answer out loud. Okay, question 1. How is the weather this week where you live? How is it this week?
You can start like this. This week, the weather is, and then add your word. For example, this week, the weather is chilly and cloudy.
Nice. So again, question 1, how is the weather this week where you live? You can pause now and say your sentence.
Take your time. Just speak to yourself. It is good practice.
All right, question 2. How does this winter weather make you feel? Think about your body, your mood, your energy. How does it make you feel?
You can try a sentence like, when it is cold, I feel, and then add a feeling. For example, when it is cold, I feel lazy and quiet.
Good. So, question 2 again. How does this winter weather make you feel? If you want, pause and say your answer now.
Even one short sentence is great practice.
And question 3. What are your simple plans because of the weather? Maybe you change your weekend plans. Maybe you change how you go to work or school.
You can start like this. Because it is cold, I am going to. For example, because it is cold, I am going to meet my friend in a warm cafe.
Yes. So one more time, what are your simple plans because of the weather? You can pause now and say your plan out loud.
Maybe you have 2 plans. That is okay too.
Now, let us talk about real life. How can you use this with other people? With classmates? With colleagues? With language partners?
You can use these questions as small talk. Small talk just means easy, friendly talk, not deep or serious. For example, talking in the elevator or before a class starts.
Weather small talk is super common.
Here's one very short mini dialogue you can copy with a friend. I will do both parts slowly. Listen first. A says, "It is freezing today, is not it?" B says, "Yeah, I feel so tired in this weather." A says, "What are you going to do this weekend?"
Nice and simple.
You can practice this with a friend or with a language partner. You can also talk to yourself and change the answers. That is good too.
And please remember, mistakes are totally okay. Really, even native speakers make small mistakes or change their words when they talk about the weather.
Yeah, we complain, we joke, we repeat ourselves. It is all normal.
Before we finish, let us just repeat 3 useful phrases from today. Just 3. Number 1, it is freezing today. Number 2, when it is cold, I feel tired. Number 3, because it is cold, I am going to stay home.
You can shadow those lines later. Copy the sound, copy the rhythm.
All right, we are at the end of this episode now. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
Yeah, thank you for listening and for practicing with us.
If you want more practice, you can listen again and shadow the conversation. Try to speak with us. And in your daily life, try to notice winter weather talk in TV shows, in movies, or with your friends.
Maybe this week, just notice when someone says, "It is so cold," or "I am freezing," and think, "Hey, I know that."
From me, Alex, and from Sarah, this was the Natural English Podcast. Stay warm, stay safe, and see you next time.
Bye for now, and try to stay cozy this week.